Once upon a time, Halo was on top of the world in gaming. It was one of the best FPS franchises the world had ever seen, but with the decline of arena shooters over the last decade, Halo has been in a pretty weird spot. It hasn't been terrible by any means, but at the same time it hasn't been able to capture the spark that it once had. But Halo Infinite is looking to be a return to form for one of the greatest arena shooter franchises of all time. Sandbox-driven gameplay is back and it seems to be as good as it's ever been in the multiplayer, and the Halo community is more alive than it's ever been in the last decade. But, for some reason, there's this narrative that in order for it to be successful, it needs a battle royale. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I don't think that's true. So, let's get started.
We need Spartan 117, Master Chief.
No, you need a battle royale. That's what you need. In order for this game to go longer than 3 weeks after launch,
What's that?
from a spectating standpoint, it needs a BR.
Again? I'm fucking again! Shut the fuck up!
So, we've all seen it online ever since the announcement trailer for Halo Infinite back at E3 2018. Streamers talking about how Halo is doomed to fail without a battle royale, and this is just silly to me. And in fact, I'd say that Halo Infinite has a chance to prosper for the exact reason that these folks think it will fail. And what I mean by that is, think about FPS games nowadays. It's your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, your Rainbow Six Siege, your Overwatch, and your Destiny. It's basically a lot of class-based and loadout-based shooters. Well, that's awesome for people who like that stuff. I mean, I really love Destiny too, and I'm hyped for Battlefield 2042. But there's only so much of these sorts of games that I can play. But now think about Halo Infinite and how it's not a loadout-based shooter, or a class-based shooter, or a character-based shooter. It's an arena shooter. And not only that, but it's a top-tier arena shooter experience. I mean, you look at how well the game plays and feels in motion, you look at the variety of game types and game type possibilities, a lot of which are completely unique to Halo games. And sure, Forge isn't there at launch, and that's a pretty big miss on 343's part, but once Forge hits, it's only gonna pump more content into the game. Hell, there's gonna be game modes made in Forge that 343 never even imagined. Not to mention, constant updates from additional content to new seasons and everything in between. And let's be sure to mention that all of this is going to be wrapped up neatly in a free-to-play package. And that free-to-play point is incredibly important when talking about this game. I mean, you think of what most people would call the worst entry in the Halo mainline series, Halo 5 Guardians, and it's still sold like mad. Now take away that price of entry for multiplayer, and think of the fact that it's also launching day and date on PC across Steam, Windows Store, and Game Pass for PC, all with the ability to crossplay with one another, as well as both generations of Xbox consoles. More people will have access to this game at its launch than any other Halo game to ever release. Also, take into account that Halo Infinite has a huge benefit that a lot of other free-to-play games simply don't have, and that's the fact that the Halo name is attached to it. And you can say what you want about Halo in the last 10 years, but the fact is that Halo is still a huge IP with massive name recognition. And it's all of these things working together in tandem that determines a game's worth. The game needs to be fun, it needs to be accessible, it needs to be unique, and it needs to be recognizable. Halo Infinite has all of these things going for it. But that's more to do with fun factor and fan engagement. What about the streaming numbers? Because that's what a lot of these streamers claim is what matters, and that's why Halo needs a battle royale, so that it can be interesting to watch. Well, let's take a look at the top 30 most streamed games on Twitch. Of course, you got a bunch of battle royales in there, your Fortnites, your Apex Legends, your PUBGs, your Warzones, all that stuff. But when you look closer, you see games like League of Legends, Dota 2, CSGO, New World, Dead by Daylight, Rocket League. These aren't battle royales. They're just good games that people like to play, and in turn, people like to watch people playing them. And if you go outside of the top 30 and into the top 50, you've got more games like Destiny 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, Rainbow Six Siege. All of these are really popular games that people enjoy watching regardless of a Battle Royale component. And I want to make it clear, I wouldn't mind a Battle Royale in Halo Infinite. Battle Royales really aren't my thing. I'm kind of burnt out on them, to tell you the truth, but I think it'd be an excellent addition for the people who want to play it, and I'm sure it'd be a completely unique experience within the genre, given the sandbox that Halo has to work with. The only thing I'm against really is the idea that the success of Halo Infinite hinges solely on whether or not there is or isn't a Battle Royale. And in fact, I don't think that's true for any game. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot more horrible Battle Royales than there are good ones. And I'm not going to name names or point fingers because I'm not the one to do that. But the fact is that games were fucking amazing before Battle Royale, and games have been fucking amazing since. A Battle Royale doesn't dictate a game's worth, especially amongst the Halo community. And the Halo community is what's most important when discussing a Halo game. But that's all I've got for today's video. What are your thoughts and opinions on this matter? Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking, leave a like if you liked the video, and please remember to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content, and ring the bell if you want to stay up to date on all my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.